Live from New York at the home of the Knicks, it's the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony courtside. On our sidelines tonight, reporting Allie LaForce. The New York Knicks coming to this one following a loss, guys, to the Nets. Edwards can't hit. Greg Anthony Edwards is full of confidence, and it's beautiful to watch.
And rightfully so. Ant can do it all on the floor. As complete of a league as you'll find in our league.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Earlier I spoke with Mike Brown. Coach and I talked about the difficulties playing against Anthony Edwards. He said, quote, usually you worry about his offense, but he's shown the last few years that he's a lockdown defender when he wants to be. That's something that we'll need to factor into our game plan. Ant's defense is now a concern for coaches as well. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Now Powell, following the three-point attempt by DeJounte Murray. Edwards drives in, and he can't jam it through. And a wide open look for Halliburton. Nailed from three-point land.
I think because Halliburton can knock down that three with regularity, you got to defend him closely at all times.
Outside Williams. Lets it go from deep. And Anthony Edwards gets the three.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Pass to Smith. And again, it's a New York three.
Fantastic response from Smith Jr. Great poise and confidence on display there.
They set the pick. And the basket by Edwards.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays down.
Some nice passing by New York here. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And Edwards with the stuff.
Hey, we use the term explosive a lot, but Edwards, this guy is explosive times 3.
Smith outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. Edwards inside. And Edwards slams it in.
Ant is tough to slow down. That guy is big and strong, and he's got quickness, too.
And this Grizzlies organization, Greg, not afraid to innovate.
Yeah, we see that with the offense they've implemented. Different from just about any other team in the league. Rather than pick and roll, it's much more predicated off-ball shifts and cutting.
Edwards drives in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Edwards got 12.
I
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Pass to Halliburton. That three off the mark. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. For 3, Edwards. It's rebounded by New York.
I'm shocked that it didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Murray outside. Off target from outside. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. And finished off by Edwards.
Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
We want to get loud, and we got the perfect defense. Your next center squad. Keep it up.
1:35 left to play in the first quarter. Outside Williams. Poole with no one around. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Good to see Poole knock down the long ball. It's only going to help build his confidence.
For 3, Edwards. Rebound by Williams. New York trailing. Pick by Williams. Van Vliet outside. Outside Williams. Pass to Van Vliet. And again, New York with the triple.
You can't play off of Van Vliet too much because he'll burn you off the catch and shoot.
Edwards looking it over. Oh, what a play! Woo!
And that is first class right there. Can you believe that dunk?
I'm not sure, Greg, I can.
I don't know how he was able to execute the reverse with that stingy defense that was being played there.
Now here's Van Vliet. Sinks the triple. Poole's got his second bucket tonight.
Out of their last 5 things, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
Adams in the corner. Back to Van Vliet. In the corner. Finney-Smith with it. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
It's a tie game in New York. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this.
18. The Grizzlies, 18.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
Well, the player and ball movement has been excellent. Finding space, operating in space, and when they've gotten open shots, they've knocked them down.
So it's the Grizzlies now, following the three-point attempt by DeJounte Murray. Fires from the line. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Pass to Poole. Now Murray. Back to Poole. Some nice passing by New York here. And Giannis throws it down.
You better than Giannis completing the play. Incredible strength plus excellent agility.
And Memphis making a change here. That's good from Antetokounmpo. Clark, more so than ever, NBA offenses are putting the ball in the hands of their stars and letting them go to work.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, that's because NBA offense is all about creating space, and usually your star players can do that with a high level of skill, speed, shot making, and playmaking. You can create it with strength as well, playing through a guy like Jokic, Giannis, and Luka.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Giannis Antetokounmpo talked about what keeps him going. He said the most important thing is to stay humble. At the end of the day, I realized that I wasn't supposed to be here. I'm just happy, and I always want to be better and do better for my team. And that's what gives me joy. Back to you, Kevin.
You know, you got to respect that mindset. Allie, we appreciate the report. Memphis trailing here. Here's Peters. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
And GA, you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning a championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations. So many great veterans to learn from and a Hall of Fame coach.
Outside DeRozan. Here's Peters. He has 5. A three-pointer off the mark. Now here's Young. Smith up top. Pass to Champagny. 5 to shoot. For 3, Murray. New York, no good that time either.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's White. It's rebounded by New York.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Murray. No scoring in this one. Smith right side. The offensive rebound. And to Kumbo.
Boy, extra effort by Giannis, the multi-time MVP. He's just built a little different.
Pass to Shibwe. Back to White. Here's Peters. Driving in. Makes it off the glass. Peters has got 7 points.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
And here is Murray. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Peters. He has 7. Pass to White. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. It's going by to Kumbo. And here we go. Fast break. Halliburton's got it.
He's letting it fly, but the results just have not been there.
The great Giannis Antetokounmpo, Clark, winning that 2021 title felt like the final hurdle for him.
Yeah, I think it was a capstone achievement. It was the one thing he hadn't done. I mean, he won back-to-back MVPs in his mid-20s. He was already a Defensive Player of the Year award winner, too. The Larry O'Brien Trophy was the last piece in the puzzle of a future Hall of Fame.
Some changes for Memphis.
Substitution on the court.
1:46 left to play in the first half. Pass to Champagny. Now here's Murray. And the Knicks miss again.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
When you do moves like that and you miss, you know you're going to hear it from your coaches and your teammates.
You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Now here's Young. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in.
And, you know, at almost 7 feet tall, Antetokounmpo is dangerous down inside, really. I mean, the defense has to be physical with him if they want to have a chance at preventing him from scoring in the paint.
And he can't make the second free throw either. Missing both.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single...
Whoa, a little extra right there from Edwards.
Edwards is a true scoring machine, and he is relentless. He's lighting it up tonight.
Pass to Finney Smith. Van Vliet outside. Trains it from beyond the arc. Van Vliet got his second basket of the night.
Defensively, you've got to apply more pressure to a shooter of his caliber.
Edwards loves it in there.
Yeah, you know, once Edwards flips that switch, now he stays fully engaged. His offensive arsenal is on full display.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Launches it. Good on the three-point shot. Edwards got the lead up to 7 now for Memphis.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
For 3, Van Vliet. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Grizzlies lead by 4. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Smith for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Smith's got 9.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot. And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
For the tie, and another 3 for New York.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks just.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
And so here is New York following the score by Memphis. Pass to Smith for the lead. That's in there. Murray with the assist. And that's 15 points for Smith.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
And New York making a change. And here's Edwards from the arc. It's rebounded by Tyrese Halliburton. On the wing, Murray. Pass to Smith. Back to Murray. And he drives in. Jacks up a 3. Smith's shot is good. And now a 4-point Knicks lead.
They're great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
We've got liftoff here, folks. Once Edwards sprints past the defense, it is an absolute wrap.
Pass to Murray. Here's Smith from downtown. He misses the mark. He's now 6 of 8.
And, you know, that's their first miss after knocking down 4 in a row to start the half.
Now Hauser. He's looking for Klingon and finds him. Left side, Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
Edwards is a load to stop on the bounce simply because he's got a football player's build.
Pass to Champagny. Smith outside. Traps in the tray. Smith's got 21.
You know, he knocked down a couple from range in the first half, but now his confidence through the roof.
46-43.
Now Edwards. 33 points for him. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
And they go to the intentional foul.
really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thank you. In an era of title or bust thinking, it's noteworthy that the grit and grind Grizzlies of the 2010s are properly celebrated. While they never made it past the Western Conference Finals, their physical style, built around Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, Tony Allen, and Mike Conley, built a lasting legacy in Memphis. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Allie. And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's ready to talk things through with them. The Knicks leading by 3. Pass to Finney-Smith. Poole outside. Finney-Smith with it. Still scoreless. Count that one from Van Vliet.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Well, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
The 3. Memphis keeping it alive with a new 14. Here's White, and White slams it in.
Hot off the drive, White is so explosive, leaping off the floor and throwing that one down.
Poole outside, and there's the drive. Banked in off the glass. Poole's got the lead up to 6 now for the Knicks.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
An efficient score. Kobe White effective with or Greg without the ball in his hand.
And that's a rare quality. A guard who can break you down off the bounce, but also willing to give it up and then zip to an open spot. It just makes him so difficult to defend.
Pass to Finney-Smith. And here is Van Vliet. From deep. And again, it's a New York 3.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Now, here's Poole. And there's the whistle. That goes on Kobe White. That is his first foul of the game. And so here is New York.
Number 20.
Outside, Green. 6 to shoot. Here's Finney-Smith. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Peters. 7 points in the game. Sheboy can't hit. Kick out to Giannis. New York missing again. White wide open. He fires. And the 3 off target. Jabari Smith has been leading the charge for the Knicks. He has been a long-range assassin today. With his work that quarter, his total number of threes is up to 7. We'll get you back to the action after this break. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Here's White. Yep, that one goes. White's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Memphis.
And love the commitment from White. Took the bump, went up strong, and rewarded with 2 points.
Plenty of daylight on that shot.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically, like the aggressiveness there.
And that's an intentional foul. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. And here's Giannis. Pass to Champagny. Smith for 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. It's off to Boston for him after this game as they take on the Celtics. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand. And the basket by Edwards. Edwards got 10 points here in the second half.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling that.
They get the rebound. Pass to Champagny. New York, no good that time either. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. 4-point game. Edwards flashing in. And Edwards with the stuff.
Edwards loves to entertain, and that was a ferocious slam.
Here's Champagny. Murray outside. Halliburton outside. Out to Smith. New York moving it around. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. 5 on the clock. Fires for 3. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
The Knicks leading by 5. To Champagny. Now here is Smith. And again, New York with the triple.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Here's Edwards. Nice use of the glass on the finish.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Halliburton fires. Here's Murray from outside. No good.
Even though he hasn't found his groove tonight, his teammates are picking him up.
There's a screen by Williams. Smith there for the rebound.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Halliburton outside. Now Smith. And there's the dunk.
Attacking relentlessly. Always fun to see a young player like Smith just go off.
Edwards drives in. Strong move off the glass.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a team like this? Let's go. I like offense.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Edwards. Powell outside. Outside Edwards. And he trains the game.
I tell you what, Edwards has a really nice, smooth release, and that shot looked in the moment it left his hand.
And Mike Brown decides to call timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to the team. And they told their team, no easy threes. Let's guard that arc. Don't let anyone get an open look. With the lead, they want to close this one out with their perimeter defense. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Shoots the 3. And there's the 3.
Seems like Edwards never stops competing and believing right until the final buzzer.
Halliburton outside. Down he goes for 3.
Big time shot by Halliburton. And his team and coaches say, in Tyrese, we trust.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup. So I'd agree with you there.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that brings them within 5.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Smith! The long shot, no good. And so here's Memphis. Oh, that is a big-time jam.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call it ladder climbing.
And Mike Brown decides to call timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Now Poole, and they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's just poor clock management defensively.
It's the first that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 5-point game.
That should about seal the deal, showing the killer instinct.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
So a close game sees New York take this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finishes.